Hey, butcher and chef arm in arm.
Yeah.
Together we'll master
Butchers, our industry's frontline sales force, and chefs, the biggest influence on what Australians will be cooking in their own kitchens, two important partners in the quest to drive domestic demand for red meat, and recently their focus has turned to the humble secondary cut.
Traditionally, a secondary cut is a non-loin cut, so it's not a fillet, it's not a strip loin, it's not a cube roll. It's not the cuts that they sell a lot of without trying. It's looking at cuts which we need to market. We have a whole carcass to go to market with, and we need to raise the value and keep the value of that carcass and remain competitive in the market.
The Foodservice Australia trade show held in Sydney last month highlighted just how important it is for retailers and food service operators to keep setting trends, and MLA had around 8,500 tradespeople eating out of their hands.
But we're trying to get them to look at a whole new range of cuts as well. Instead of cutting tenderloins up and putting those on the menu, let's get into different cuts. Let's look at oyster blades, let's look at rump in a different light, let's look at top sides and blades, and really diversify their menu.
We want to see the chefs challenge. It's not about giving them just a piece of fillet and going, okay, let's see what you can do with a fillet steak. It's about the secondary cuts, it's about their skill as a chef and about what they can actually do with it.
And just like all fashion goes in cycles, it seems it's the secondary cut that's now set for a revival.
Yeah, look, I think it's coming back. The stuff that I grew up with, what Mum used to make, at home we never had, primary things. We always brought up on secondary cuts. So I think that's making a big comeback into the industry, and people, recognise food that, their parents obviously brought them up on. Very happy that it's coming back on the menu.
At Albion Park Village Meats south of Wollongong, they've gone one step further by making things easy for the consumer at home and preparing meals for them using the secondary cuts. By making the most of the whole of the carcass, staff have not only been able to tempt more customers to try different creations, they say profitability is up by as much as 20%.
We do the beef mignons, we do a beef parcel, which is a fillet pastry with ham, cheese, shallots and parsley. We also do a Swiss roll, a beef Swiss roll.
Up to 70% of all products at this butcher shop would fall under the value-added banner, all by using the traditionally less popular cuts, and these customers can't get enough.
And what I can see from my old customers that have been following me for 25 years plus, they're changing their eating habits. Even the older generation are moving to the prepared value-added products.
Kevin Green says 60% of his customers now buy the easy-to-prepare meals, restaurant quality at home. And it all comes down to how versatile one piece of meat really can be.
We actually start to get a better eating quality product. So at food service or wherever we are, at the end of the day, doesn't matter what name of meat it is, it's at the end of the day of how tender or how we've enjoyed that eating quality experience.
identifying that individual muscle and cooking it to its merit and cooking it to its best characteristic and essentially cutting it against the grain, we're going to ensure that we're going to get a very, very good eating quality.
Food service outlets are certainly cottoning on to the trend.
So it's about balancing the carcass, juggling the cuts around, showing them what they can do with it, and this is a fantastic forum to do that. They not only see it, they can eat it, they can smell it, they can touch it.
That's really good.